quick before we get into this video, also my custom spawn I'm working on currently. But anyways, he's in the comparison, but you guys can kind of see it now. Losing train of thought. Anyways, over up on our Patreon, we just want to give a little bit of a shout out to some of our producers for this channel. We have Chris Gambuti, Aaron Neese, Rambling Chris Mahoney, Jason Garcia, and Arnold Resenegger. And also our honorary Patreon, Matthew, who isn't an actual Patreon, but he's donated enough to the channel where he still gets his stuff. Anyways, just want to give them a little shout out because we had a little error in one of the videos where their stuff didn't end up at the end, and we also just greatly appreciate their support. Also, if any of you guys would like to help support the channel too, we on our Patreon have a Discord channel. That's a $3 tier. $1 tier gets you into anything that we do for super unimportant reviews. Also, Destroying the Values go up on there early, and other random stuff. There's exclusive T-shirts, prints, and definitely recommend going and check it out. But anyways, on to the video. Listen up, Rangers, welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And today we're going to be going over the Godzilla vs. Kong figures that we've recently gotten for, well, not from Playmates, but by Playmates. We bought these at Walmart.
Playmates send them to us?
God, I wish. We got something like Bandai sending us something, so that's kind of cool. But anyways, this is the Godzilla with Heat Ray. I love the translucent plastic. Yes. We'll get into it in a little bit. He also comes with a beam. Granted, it looks... I'm not going to say it looks exactly like the NECA. No, that's definitely not the NECA one. That's more like the Monster Arts.
Memes, man.
But for the most part, this just kind of looks like the Godzilla that we got with the radio tower, but just in a different color scheme, which I can get behind.
Translucent spines, come on.
That's a different color scheme. We're getting to it.
Gotta give him credit where credit's not due, Steve.
Anyways, excited for the movie. Excited for your toys. Let's get into it. So without further ado, for its packaging, got the, just like everybody else, front's pretty much the exact same. Godzilla vs. Kong, got the name, tells you about the battle damage, burning buildings, logo, and name on this side. Back of the package. Oh, yeah, forgot about the legal mumbo jumbo on the bottom. This is like the 4th one, and we haven't mentioned.
Legal mumbo jumbo, enjoy.
Anyways, people are gonna get upset. Alright, so let's go open up out of its cardboard prison. Alright, so now that we got the Heat Ray Godzilla open up out of its cardboard prison, first and foremost, you're gonna have to attach the tail. It is actually...
Come on, you can do it, Stevie.
Way harder to get off than on. But there is a ball joint on the back here. You just apply some pressure, pops on. If you have a little bit of problem, just take a hairdryer to the end of the tail here, heat it up, right back in. Anyways, it comes with this beam effect, which is what's kind of cool. Is that, one, it's super duper soft, and two, he has a little hole in the top of his mouth that this little, like a little ball end actually hooks into there. And then it actually fills up his mouth. Giggity. But,
you know, I was going to say it, Steve, but I was like, well, let's keep this professional, and then Steve pulls a Steve.
I don't think people have come here for the professionalism that we provide for these videos. I'm just happy that like my bruise on my hand is like finally almost the same color as my skin. Getting there. But anyways, so you got some flexible rubber essentially. It is translucent, which is cool. The only thing that bugs me is I don't understand why the beam is more or less kind of flat on the top, but it's like exploding upwards because like heat rises, right?
Nope. Guess you're wrong.
Like, I guess not. So, like, why would it bend downwards? You think it would bend up? The fire rises. God. Didn't Bane teach anybody anything? But looks cool. Actually, I'm going to grab the collar real quick because I'm kind of curious how that would be. So it's just like on the collar here. Kind of works. You can put it on his face. It goes over his boob pretty nicely.
It on his arm? Oh, there we go.
It explodes.
Explained.
Right? Pretty cool. Like, to be fair, I think this is the first... God, is this the first Godzilla figure we've gotten that isn't, like, high-end collectible? That has a beam that isn't, like, either affixed to the figure already?
Yeah. Well, no, not NECA, but I don't know.
Yeah, but NECA, like, I still consider those a little bit more higher end.
We do? Then yes. Yes, Steve, this would be our...
Yeah, like, this is, like, has its own little, like... beam accessory piece, which is kind of cool to see. Outside of that, he has the battle damage on the chest region here. So right here at the base of the thigh, you put your thumb in there, peel it off,
Oh,
And then,
hurt me.
right?
Only thing that bugs me, it's even like his bones. They should have put a little effort into painting the bones.
Yeah, like, again, like I mentioned,
Just
price
like-
point, it doesn't bug me as much, but it would have been nice to maybe have, like, even just like a little bit of white there.
Just like the skull crawler.
Yeah, which I imagine the other Godzilla is going to be the exact same thing. You can see there's like a little bit of black still showing up around where the skin's at. But nothing too crazy. And then just where the gaping hole is. You just kind of... No, to be honest, you just kind of just keep pushing it until you get everything in, for the most part. It is a soft rubber there. So it's pretty flexible stuff. And then going over the rest of the detailing, we're going to start with the chest, which I actually kind of like on these ones. Again, detailing is not like super defined on this thing. Like looking at the side, like there's scales, but nothing too crazy, right? It's kind of something that I come to expect from Playmates. The front of the chest, though, I think looks a little bit better than the giant one, though.
Yeah, because it's got more details.
Yeah, even like the rubber. And I think that it's nice, too, is that they kept like the same consistency with the detail with the rubber to the body. So outside of where the separation is for the piece, it still kind of blends in, which is cool. Going over his head, this Kaiju is predominantly a black color scheme. It's got some blue here for the eyes, which, just like in the film, when he's doing his atomic blast here, you do see the blue. Kind of sad that you don't have like the blue on the top of here, but I get it, I guess. But it would have been nice to have maybe seen like the same kind of paint that they use at the base here, kind of bleed into the top a little bit too.
Yeah, that's the one thing that stands out is kind of sucks that it actually went all in out on translucent and then just chickened out at the end.
Yeah, because like they even added a little bit of paint here.
Yeah.
So why not just give it to me there? The inside of the mouse got some paint though. He's got like some ton paint job. Teeth are painted pretty decently. Like they're not oversprayed on the figure, which is nice. Like he's definitely got a lot more teeth on the bottom than on the top, but it's nothing too crazy. His eyes are a little googly though. The one's definitely a little bit more downshifted than the other, but nothing too crazy. Just like we mentioned for the spines are a translucent blue, which is actually really sweet. I kind of wish there was a way to get a light up. You probably could get a light up feature in there.
Steve, there's a lot you can do with this guy for sure.
Because you can see like the entire the thing's translucent, so it'd be kind of like, to be honest, you could probably just get one of those tea lights, just like bring it in the chest and get it to work. Separations here, I don't know how. It's probably attached together glue, so that'd be fun. But
by fun, it would suck.
Yeah. But you do get some blue paint here at the base of the tail here, which does come onto the tail, which is nice, and then it tapers off towards where the tail is. I do like that it mentions that he like has a strong tail whip, but there's no like gimmick for that. But
Steve, you wanted to be the tail action Godzilla.
No ball joint. But it does have a little bit of like the bend, like he's kind of whipping it, which is cool. He's also got a little bit of extra detailing on him because I'm kind of seeing there's like a little bit of gray here at the base of the feet for like a little bit of a wash.
They tried?
Yeah, it's like it's here and there. It's not consistent though. But he does have some paint job for the nails. It's like this weird, like dark gray, almost like a brown color. Like it's
At
odd.
least it's different. It's not the same. Like
Yeah, he's got them on his hands too. But overall, like details, like it's acceptable. I just like on your shelf, he'll look pretty gnarly though with the black, with the translucent blue and stuff. Like it's not too bad. Now for the articulation, I'm actually kind of surprised with this guy, and it's mainly because his jaw has articulation. You don't know how surprised I am that I can do this with this thing.
it's like a step up from the last, but step down from NECA. He's like in the center.
It reminds me of, it's very bootleg feeling.
Yeah.
If you're compared to NECA. Like granted the bootleg was like a little bit better detail, but like at least this one stays together.
Yeah.
Which is cool. The arms can go up and down, no other motion. You don't have any of the hand articulation. Leg can go forward and back. Maybe. Nah, it doesn't really feel like that. It's supposed to articulate, but they can go forward and back. Tail, it's on a ball joint, so that's about the motion you can get with it. So not too bad for what I was expecting, but it's still nice that you actually have the option of closing his mouth, which I think is cool. As a quick comparisons here, we have the Playmates Godzilla vs. Kong Godzilla with heat ray compared next to some other Godzilla vs. Kong figures from Playmates with the antenna version, or radio tower, and the battle damage Kong with battle axe. And here is next to some, well, NECA for this one, but NECA figures with the Atomic Blast 2019 and the bootleg of the 2014. Here's some other legendary Godzilla collectibles with the Jack Specific Atomic Blast Godzilla. God, I forget which set you come with. Let us know in the comment section below. And the Tail Strike 2014 with basketball tummy and all. And just because, you know what, we're gonna swap you out. All right, I guess we'll get a little more variety. Here he is next to some Bandai figures, anyways, with the Bandai Creations GMK and the Essie's Monster Arts GMK. And finally, here he is next to the Playmates Giant Godzilla 2021 and my most recent custom I've been working on. He's almost there. The Commando or slash Stealth Spawn. So overall, for the Playmates Heat Ray Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong, this guy's pretty cool. I think for $10, it's definitely serviceable, and I'm actually a little bit more on board with this just because he comes with the Heat Ray effect. So he's got a lot more play with it.
Like I said, out of all the cheap Godzillas that we've gotten out of like Walmarts and stores like that, this has probably got to be the best one. And it's just because of the translucent paint that they put in there.
Plastic.
Yeah, plastic.
Because it was translucent paint and you put it on plastic, still wouldn't make it translucent.
You know what? Unlike somebody, I worked all night last night. You know what I mean?
Anyways, all I hear is Steve coming out of your mouth. But it is cool, like, he has the battle damage, and yeah, just like Arnes said, like, for the price point, like, Bandai vinyls were a little bit more, and, so I'm trying to think of, like, definitely this is better than the old Bandais we got from 2014. Oh, God. I like this better than the Jacks.
Not quite as good as the action ones. Seizurzilla. And...
No, that's what I'm talking about.
I know!
Like, this thing, like, the Bandai vinyl, I wouldn't... Yeah, it'd be close. Like, the Bandai vinyl's more money, but like this, you got a beam effect. So, yeah. Beggars can't be choosers. Yeah. But compared to like the stateside releases we've gotten for these movies, this is easily the best one. Outside of like NECA, Monster Arts, stuff
and it's
like
surprising, too, because I was not expecting this.
Yeah, because again, for the price, if we're comparing it to NECA, you could get this and the other Godzilla, and you'd still save some money.
Yeah, because remember, we did the big one first, and compared to the small ones and big ones, definitely go for the small ones.
Yeah, it's like, for 10 extra bucks for a little bit more size, you don't really get too much else value. Yeah. So if you're thinking of just getting like a Godzilla from this line, this is probably the best one to pick up. We will have the Radio Tower one out probably tomorrow. So look forward to that if you guys want to see the other option. But that one's just pretty much the big one, but smaller. Well, this one's definitely more what I would expect Godzilla to look like in the film. And I just like the way that they use the translucent plastic for this thing.
Yeah, they definitely went above and beyond.
What do you guys think? Have you guys picked up this figure? What's your favorite Godzilla, well, I guess legendary Godzilla movie? Or is Gamer just more you think? Please let us know in the comments. We also have an Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, Facebook. You guys like to keep up to date with the channel and donate. We'd greatly appreciate it. We also have a Discord. Don't know if anybody really knows that, but there is a tier for Discord over there. So if you guys like to chat with us, that is an option. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.